the first part of it was more accolades about himself, about how he had passed bills and everything about the community and jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
After that was over with, when we thought would have been more of on a veteran's perspective, he kind of went halfway with highlighting it. Asked him a few questions about the Lancaster VA home. And stuff like that, and he did say he would get back to us or get back to me about it. But he did say he was for the veterans.
Sure.
I haven't seen any legislation that he's actually passed that's going to actually help the veterans in Antelope Valley or Kern County.
Right.
So any real substance really didn't impress me that much about that portion of it.
Okay.
Overall, he was very informative of how the legislation works and how the Senate works and stuff.
Yeah, that's
like
why
that.
I said even.
Yeah, so that was, not too bad.
Yeah.
The jobs about putting more manufacturers in town, aerospace manufacturers, and that's a good thing. I mean, it really does need to happen.
Yeah.
But all in all,
he said he was trying to get the drone up here.
Manufacturer for the drones.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, the drone. That would be helpful. That would put some people to work.
And it does make sense, because we do have the restricted airspace in these quarters here at Edwards. I work out there, and I know that there's, they could actually do the testing out here, and it'd be safe, and it's not going to be interfering with anybody's privacy or stuff like that. So.
And you got the great best weather, really.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, how about a VA hospital or clinic?
One thing I asked about was that the one thing with the VA home down in Lancaster, when they were pushing it back in the day when they first started, that it was going to be this big, giant, large facility, and it's a small little senior citizen community. And the land is already given. How come they didn't develop all the land and make it bigger instead of having 60 to 7 residents there? Let's have 200 residents there.
Yeah.
Like Barstow does, or Bakersfield, or Vegas has now. They needed. I mean, why did the building stop at one point? It should have continued on.
Sure.
And then we were discussing. Veterans urgent care here in the valley. There's no place for a veteran to actually go with a VA medical card to go get some urgent care right now without a large expense. And I mentioned a member of our post who had to be rushed to the hospital, went down there, spent a couple of days down there, and he has a VA medical card, but the VA didn't reimburse him, and he got a large bill after the fact.
Oh.
Because it wasn't service connected. Well, that's not when we all joined the Army. We're not getting what you'll have medical coverage for life.
Right.
And that's another VA problem. That's
see this card, what he's talking about, why can't we use this card?
Yeah.
And something emergency happen.
Sure.
Go to the Antelope Valley Hospital or use our card.
And have VA
bill.
Yeah,
have
VA.
AV hospital build a VA home.
Sure.
Or VA system.
Sure.
They don't. They won't do it.
No, you got to go to your own facility.
But if we, like in my case, I have regular Kaiser or whatever it is. I'm reimbursed by paying my co-payment.
Yeah.
But in the event of this individual, who's a member on his post, he didn't have, and he was 62 years old. He got sick and got hurt, and they shipped him to an ambulance. Went down there, give him, say, okay, well, how are you going to pay for it? He goes, well, I have a VA card. And they went and they took it, but then when they put the claim to the VA, they denied him the privilege because it wasn't service connected. Well, we all joined, 20 some odd years. A lot of us are all 22, 23, 24, some 30 guys a year. And when we were 17, we thought we'd get medical for life. And it's not true.
That's not happening.
It's not happening. that VA system, that whole VA system for all these years needs to be revamped. It doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. So
I think for your claims and stuff, it's getting a little better. A little better, but not the quality of the hospital. Especially if you go down to West LA.
That's a big facility down there.
That's a nightmare.
Very big.
You go in there, you probably die in there.
Yeah.
You don't come. A lot of times, people don't come back out of that hospital. But that's a whole. Again, that's a.
Yeah, they have some serious cases.
They have some serious problems down there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think it's impressive that Mr. Fox came
No,
to the Roseman VFW.
I do
Yeah.
too.
And that shows me that he really is working.
I think he's community orientated. I wish we could have got more of the community to come in, because I'm the commander of this post, and when his representatives brought it to our attention that he'd like to come, we said, well, yeah, we'd like to. We tried to force it out into the community to see if the other people in the community, not only veterans, wanted to come as an open forum.
All right.
It didn't work out that way. You had veterans. You had 10 guys from the post that are from this community. But,
yeah, you got to give people a long lead time today, 90 days, and then keep reminding them for 90 days.
Yeah.
Then finally, you know, they'll come.
They'll come, yeah.
Yeah, but
Unfortunately, it was. Again, he was on a level. He was even, like I said, even about what he was talking about.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And he did have some good point of views and how all the system worked and everything.
yeah,
But I was a little disappointed because I thought it was more of a veterans representative. What do the veterans really need?
yeah,
And we did bring it up. We needed, we need an urgent care
yeah,
system in Antelope Valley. Because if not, we have to go to Bakersfield or Barstow or all the way down to LA, because Sepulveda does have an urgent care, but you get bumped. There's so many people in Los Angeles that use it. It's like, well, I'd really like to see a doctor. And then the one in Lancaster, there's no urgent care there.
oh,
There's only appointment only, and you have to call in and say, hey, I'd like to see about this
yeah,
medical condition that I have. And
Right.
we go, okay, we'll see if we can't fit you in. And Lancaster's preventative maintenance. It's
Yeah.
testing, evaluating, and then sending you to Sepulveda or to
some other place.
or to some other place.
Sure.
It's great to have it there, but to me, it really doesn't serve
Yeah,
any good. Actually,
could
to
be
me.
improved.
And I go there a lot because we have to go there for just our regular checkups and then our blood work, and then we see the doctor and go,
Yeah,
okay, stay on your stuff. Okay, hey, this is hurting me. Oh, okay, we'll make an appointment, and then you got to go to Sepulveda or you got to go to LA. They won't allow you to go to anywhere local.
Right.
Like if I needed an MRI,
Yeah.
I can't go to Lancaster. I have to go all the way to either West LA or Sepulveda.
Sure.
Well, problem is now. Problem isn't when I can get in, when I can travel down to LA.
Right. The problem doesn't wait.
Yeah, it doesn't wait. Yeah.
You know.